Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I want to thank y'all for joining me.
The real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. The real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. The real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground. The real nitty gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, I'm sorry for playing that twice. I didn't even know if you could hear it or not because I just went live. But I appreciate y'all, especially the NTZ crew. Appreciate everything y'all do. I don't know why this damn it's not as. Let me see something. Yeah, I don't know why this is here. It wasn't this high the other day. I don't know what's going on, but we'll make it work, guys. Thanks to the NTZ crew and everything y'all do. Wonders of Life said he enjoyed that new show that we did last Tuesday. I think we'll do that every Tuesday. So if y'all want to be a part of that, just let me know. Okay. Just let me know and send me your email and I'll send you the link. But every week I'd like to have 4 or 5 different people on there. It will be good. The name of the vlog today is, basically don't come over here and recreate the mess you're leaving from over there in America. And I see so many of us do it, but we'll wait till we get a few more people on. I do want to give Jay the exchange rate is 49.72 pesos to the dollar. That's still not too bad. Simply ask us. We'd like to get you on the show next time, if it's okay with your husband. You say a lot from behind the camera. Let's see what you can say in front of the camera. You don't have to stay on long, and you don't have to say a whole lot, but it'd be nice to get some women on. I know Lynn says she's too shy, but she talks $1 million worth of BS behind the camera, but she don't want to come in front of the camera. So I'd like to get some women on next time. I see Levon White's on here. What's up, brother? Oh, no, that's LaChan. I mean, that's I Love LaChan. Now, here's Levon White. He was shopping the other day because he got big money, guys. Even during the pandemic, he's in Target of all places, buying up everything. But I want to read y'all some. I'm gonna put this on here today. This is crazy. I want to read y'all some headlines that's coming from over in America. This is the headlines we get over here. How Kareem Abdul-Jabbar feels about LeBron James passing him on the all-time scoring list. Is that news over there, guys? I'm gonna show you something else. That's crazy. I don't know where to get this stuff. Rick Ross's son gets a Wingstop branch for his 16th birthday. Gabrielle Union reveals importance of forgiving Dwayne Wade after he fathered a child with another woman. Could somebody remind her that they wasn't married at the time when he did that? And he's a big-time athlete. She's lucky he only had one child. But that's just some of the headlines coming out of America over there, guys. It's kind of funny to me. But one of the things I want to tell you guys about recreating the mess that you're running away from over there is don't come over here and get henpecked. Don't do it because I'm not going to have sympathy for you. Make sure when you come over here, you got true freedom. You can come and go as you want. You can do the things you want to do. Don't come over and get henpecked. we saw a brother, me and John, and I forgot, me and John was having dinner with our girlfriends one night, and it was two foreigners in there. One was like a European, I could just tell by the way he spoke. Then the other one was a black guy from America. Man, he was henpecked, man. It was cringy. I felt sorry for him, man. The woman would not let him speak to us, would not give him 1 second. She just stood at the door with her hands on his hip, looking at him like, man, if you don't come on out of here, I couldn't believe you. And I hope if you watching, brother, you don't get offended. But I'm going to tell you, man, I wouldn't have came 8,000 miles for that type of treatment. Hey, what's going on, Levon White? Thanks for the super chat. He said, yes, it's news in the U.S. I was just reading the newspaper today over there, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. But, yeah, don't come over and get henpecked over here. What's up, Q? He said, what's up, Calvin? I finally got a chance to chill from the rat race and catch your live stream today. Yeah, and one thing you don't want to recreate the rat race over here. And one way you can do that is all that impulsive buying and all that impulsive decision making that we bring from over there to over here. I've gotten out of the rat race. I'm trying to eliminate as many bills as I possibly can. Hey, Jacob Tanjay, thanks to see you, brother. I'm glad you could join us tonight. But yeah, I got some good news, really some great news here. It's 1,000 businessmen have gotten behind this vaccine bubble here. And what that's going to do is for fully vaccinated people over here, this is what they're proposing. The COVID-19 guidelines are going to be eased for fully vaccinated individuals to help boost the economy and protect the employment of many Filipinos. You're going to enjoy greater mobility, and it's an effort to jumpstart the community. But, the government is slow to approve this. This is what a couple of the heads of these big unions over here and business organizations and 1,000 business people behind it. I hope they do it because I'm fully vaccinated now. I want to get out and travel without all that PCR tests and with all that quarantine and all that foolishness, man. Hey, Chris Marshall, he says, driving from Cali to Idaho, listening to Sunshine Shoulders. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Jason Flint, for that super chat. He says, America has people brainwashed into consumerism. Don't bring that over here, guys. You don't need that 80-inch screen TV over here. R68 DVR says, where would that bubble be? They're talking about starting it up in Manila. You got to realize about 25% of the population lives up there in that NCR area. And if it works up there, man, I tell you, I'll be on the first plane smoking. I got a few friends I'd like to visit up there and just get a break. Get away from here and, to be honest with you. Now, we're not going to address all this vaccine stuff, guys. Come on. Okay? I don't care. We're not going to discuss that on my channel, man. If you don't want to take it, that's fine. But unless you're a scientist, unless you're a doctor, then keep it closed, man. Anything else is just your opinion. And, we don't really care about that right now, to be honest with you. But yeah, guys, don't come over here with all that foolishness. Let me see on here. It says, I forgot. Yeah. This is crazy. I want to read y'all something from the newspaper today. This is from the Cebu Daily News. A 24-year-old gay raped an 18-year-old tricycle driver. He offered the tricycle driver. Okay, good morning. Wait, this is one of my winners of one of the consolation prize winners. I've got to give her prize, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get the key and open up the gate. What's your name? Okay. Is she with you? She. What's her name? She wasn't in the. Was she in the contest? Okay. I got to see this girl. What's her name? Oh. Hold on, let me get the key and open up the gate. All right, the gate already open. No, it's not. Okay, I'm sorry. Come in here so y'all can take the picture. And what's your name? Yeah, I saw you. All we're going to do is say, thank you, thank you, do it one at a time. Stand here. Sorry, everybody, but this is important. I've got to put this on my, we keep everything transparent here. You take that off, please. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your mistake, issue, and experience.
These are a couple of our consolation winners in the Miss Sunshine Shoulders Beauty Contest.
Thank you, sir, for your blessings. No, you can get out.
Okay, take care.
Thank you, sir.
I'm glad y'all came early because I'm leaving. We're going over the Sapaway. We can stop raining. Take care. Do y'all know each other? Y'all neighbors? Oh, okay. Take care. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I put that on my Facebook page because a lot of the women, they're kind of shy to come forward to get that 500 pesos, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. Hell, it's free money. One of my subscribers, he said, Calvin, I want to make sure everybody got something. So we probably got about 4 or 5 more people that we haven't given the money to yet, but I put a post on the Facebook page. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, but anyway, let me finish this story. 24-year-old gay. This is in Toledo, Cebu, Toledo City, right across from us. Maybe a 45-minute fast craft ride. It's where a lot of she's got two brothers and a sister that live over there. But anyway, 24-year-old gay raped the 18-year-old tricycle driver. He offered him 200 pesos, okay, to come to his house with him. Well, when he got there, he didn't give him the money. Here's the quote. Quote, this was in the newspaper, guys. This tells you that you're not in Kansas anymore, guys. Quit all that. Oh, it happens everywhere. No, this is the Philippines. This is a unicorn. This is in the newspaper. The victim told police that when they arrived at the house, the suspect undressed him and had anal sex with him despite his resistance. The victim said the act caused unbearable pain, hence his decision to immediately report to the police. Now, that's not going to be in the newspaper at home, guys. I promise you that. I read that today and I was shocked. I said suspect, but they named the suspect in the paper, 24-year-old gay. Yeah. But this is what you're going to get over here, see. It's different. It's not like it is anywhere else. Frank Ellis says, I can't believe they showing up so late to get the cash. Well, a lot of them, I don't know. This is that foolish pride I tell y'all about over here, man. Listen, I'm trying to give y'all information. I'm going to tell you how I'm seeing it. My mother called it foolish pride. She said, don't ever be ashamed to ask for help or to accept help. Okay? Simply Acker says in the USA, we bury ourselves with debt to impress people. You work hard for a paycheck, you are not able to enjoy 95% of it. In the PI, you can just live a great quality and healthy life with $300 a month. That's true. The average salary over here is $250 a month. Remember I was telling y'all about that cost to live, the cost to exist over here. It's very low. It just means, the cost to live like a local over here. If you watch the Filipino, he's going to tell you what to spend your money on and what not. I was watching a guy. I went to get a load for my girlfriend's phone yesterday. And man, he had 100 pesos. I mean, and it was in coins and it was, it was a mess looking at this 100 pesos. And he was buying cigarettes with it. And, they'll show you what to do and what not to do over here. But yeah, what's up, Cal Deadman? He said peeps and peepettes. What's up? Hey, Wonders of Life. Cal actually is in Alaska. We were just joking with him about that. Yeah, he's in Alaska. But yeah, some of the other things, man, that we do, we come over here and we create all this debt for ourselves. And, we bring a lot of that stress with us when we do that. One thing I had to do, and I had to learn to do this over here, because I never learned to do that. They can't see you. I never learned to do this at home. Never. Was relax. I never learned how to relax till I got here. We're going today to Monica's place. It's like an Airbnb in Sapaway Island. And I want to thank you, Dirty Puppy. He sponsored that. He wanted me to see it. I'm going to do a video of it. His family just came from there. Just to relax. I didn't know how to do that till I got over here. I was always, thinking that I had to be doing something. That if I was just sitting back and relaxing, that I was wasting time. But not. No, it's important that you learn to relax. And the Philippines will teach you how to relax. We're always doing something, ripping and running, buying something, KC said, Miss Acker's $300 a month. Yeah, KC, you don't understand. That's a lot of money over here. A guy asked me the other day, he says, how much do you think I should send, Donna? He was talking about Donna and baby Denise. And I was like, man, 5,000 pesos is a lot of money over here. Send her that, buy a bag of rice and maybe some groceries, But, if you don't want to corrupt people over here, you can corrupt people. I lost my housekeeper, her mother, because some guys is corrupting her, man. He's sending her big time money now. Hell, she don't want to work. She don't have to work now. I mean, he's sending lifetime money to the 65-year-old woman. And it cost me my housekeeper. Now I've got to wait it out to find another housekeeper, guys. We do more harm than we do good. Some people, sometimes you have to spoon feed people over here. If you're going to help them, don't send them 57,000 pesos. My God, that's a lot of damn money. David said, my ex demands 10,000 pesos a month. Hell, that's cheap. Really, even though that's a lot of money over here, that's cheap. It's a fraction of what, when I got divorced, and the way they based my child support was, see, my ex-wife from America went in there lying. She didn't tell them she had a daycare. She was telling them that she was a housewife and all that. I said, no, I'm sorry. She's got it. We've got a daycare, and it earns X amount of dollars every month. And they based that income with my income, and I had to pay her $1,200 a month, man. That's a lot over there. Imagine paying that over here. But yeah, learn to relax, man. Hollywood Baby said, relaxing is a dream we can never have in the USA. When I'm sleeping, I'm still thinking about work. Been working 2 jobs for 20 years now. Ain't America great, y'all? One hell of a rat race. See, I'm glad. Thank you. That's my favorite fireman from Atlanta. He hit it on the nose right there. Remember I told y'all I had a 7-day-a-week job over there. If I wasn't on the job, I was thinking about the job. If the bills wasn't in the mail, I was thinking about the bills. See, when you get over here, you got to learn to get rid of that stuff, man. Don't bring that over here with you. What's the point, guys? You're going to miss it out. Cal Dedman's asking a question. He said, who still has to get a passport to travel to the fields? Is that a hypothetical question, or you got the hookup, Cal? Let us know, guys. Let us know what you're talking about. Jason Flint said, my hope is when I get to the Philippines or Thailand, I will hire a chef. I don't want to cook, but I know a chef from the locals will ensure I pick up my cuisine skills and help me get used to it. Yeah, that's a great idea. You can hire a cook over here, a good one. And to make sure you eat right and a balanced meal. Because that's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, that you don't want to bring. You don't want to bring your old eating habits over here. It ain't going to last long anyway, because a lot of things that you crave over there, you're not going to be able to find here unless you live in one of these big major cities, expat alley. And, it's a lot of consequences that come with living in expat alley. Ingram Davis said at Sunshine Shoulders, I paid $1,000 a month for one kid, but it's light at the end of the tunnel in December. Yeah. Well, see, when I got the minute, Ingram, that we went to, I had the same judge, by the way. This is in America. I don't know if this is justice or not. We had the same judge for child support, custody, and divorce. Okay. And the minute that they awarded her child support, they took my passport. You know why? Because they went all the way back. My daughter, let's see, at that time in 2011, she was 18 years old. They went all the way back. This lady judge, by the way, went all the way back to when me and my wife were not even married, and put the child support. So they said I owe like $34,000. I was like $34,000 behind, right? So I had to go out and hire a lawyer, and I had to get every damn receipt. The smart thing that I did, and I don't even know why I did it, because I wasn't in my right state of mind at the time. I started paying my wife out of my payroll. See, so I was giving her a check every month. And so I had given her like $11,000 just in that, and everything. So eventually I owed it broke it all the way down to $14,000. And I'm from Kentucky, one of only 9 U.S. states that will allow you to go and negotiate a deal with the state to pay off your child support. And they accepted a 25% cash offer. So, because my ex-wife, don't get me wrong, guys, she wasn't going to get a bit of that money. See, she started trying to do this welfare fraud. She was getting food stamps. She was getting all kinds of stuff at the same time that I was giving her child support. She wasn't supposed to. So they accepted 25%. I gave them $3,500 cash. I was able to get my passport back. I was able to get my paper that I've got in here. Shows my child support is paid off. And then I got custody of my 2 youngest kids. So see, but yeah, that's over there. Hey, what's going on, you dirty puppy? Thank you. Somebody just asked about you. And we're going to Monica's place today. Thank you, brother, for that. We'll be leaving here right after this live stream. It's raining like cats and dogs. It's stopped now, but I'm going to make a video over there. And Frank Ellis asked about you. He said, man, we haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. But yeah, guys, don't bring all that foolishness over here. Benny G said, Cal, thanks for delivering the nitty gritty with every video. The best part, you don't get intimidated to give voice to the unspoken agreements and social expectations of living in the Philippines. Yeah, why would I? And because if you don't talk about this stuff, when this place opens up, you're going to pay a price. People's going to be like, man, he's been pulling my leg all this time. It's not one big party over here. It can be. And, depending on where you're coming from, your situation, your circumstances, it can be a party over here every day. One of the good things about being involved with Filipinas is you're on a honeymoon every day. This not what I'm saying. It's what I'm experiencing, but other people say the same thing. It's like you're on a honeymoon every day. And that's a good thing, But yeah, it's some realities that's going to slap you in the face the minute you get off the plane. I just try to warn you about them and give you my perspective. I'm not an expert. I'm not a know-it-all on the Philippines. This is what I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. You're going to see something else. But at least you're going to say, well, at least he talked about it. Now, come on, Simply. She says, guys, Cal's one of the best bloggers on YouTube, telling you what you need to do before thinking in the Philippines. Don't listen to bloggers in Makati and Manila. They are full of it. Thanks, Simply. See, that's why I want you on the next panel, please. I mean that. Jason Flint said, Calvin, I don't tell this much. First wife, we had 2 kids, paid child support, was behind. Got my kids 2 years ago. Child support forgave my CS. That's from Colorado. Worked out perfect, but was hell at first. Yeah, it sort of sounds like my situation. But the minute you go to child support in court in America, you're going to be behind, depending on the judge you have. Because this judge tried to put it to me. I mean, she talked to me like I was Bin Laden when I came in there. I had on my suit because I was getting ready to go to work. But the problem was I didn't have a lawyer with me. The next time I went in with a lawyer for the child custody case, it was like night and day, man. Don't ever go into court without a lawyer because judges feel like you're wasting their time over there if you come in there without a lawyer. And boy, she hit me upside the head. I'm lucky that I was able to go out and get a good lawyer who happened to know the judge. They all know each other anyhow. The prosecutor, they hang out with each other. And man, did she give me a sweet deal. It was, hello, Mayan Buntag. It was like night and day, man. This lady treated me it was Mr. Roach this, Mr. Roach that. Imagine this now, the same lady that hit me over the head with all that child support, took my passport and all that. She asked me, she said, do you want child support from Miss Jones? I was like, no. You tell Miss Jones, who was sitting across over there, to leave me alone. That's all I want. Okay. Hey, Ron Bizzle, thanks for that super chat. He says, hi, Calvin, back in the Matrix for 2 months. The jazz music you have on that Thailand verse Philippines is so good, it's a sin. Hey, I appreciate it, man. That's from that song that Anthony Edwards wrote me. It's called Hater's Sunshine. And he's going to be on the panel next week because I want y'all to see his face. I want y'all to put a face to the music. And by the way, the young lady just walked past here. She was a looker, man, and she gave me one of them hellos. I haven't heard from John since He got drunk Tuesday. I hope John's okay. KC said, Calvin, how much would an air-conditioned room in a pension house be if paid by the month? Well, a lot of these pension houses, man, they're cheap. They're really cheap, depending on which one. I rented one down in General Santos, guys. This is a fact. This is a true story. It was $10 a day, air conditioned, hot and cold water, cable. It did not have air conditioning, but it had a nice restaurant downstairs too. It just depends on where you are. In Cebu, you're not going to get anything close to that. You know, I would say look for an Airbnb, Ron. I would say look for an Airbnb, KC, first before a pension house. Hey, Levon White, thanks for that super chat. He said the accountant is hypnotizing. When I get my check, I ask myself, how much of this is man and how much of this is Calvin? You are a lifeline to me, man. You're funny. He sent me some videos of him in Target, man. You hilarious, man. I want you on the panel, too. Harold Till said, never go to court without a lawyer. That's disrespectful. I know now, Harold. See? I didn't... I'm very naive when it came to court. Remember, I'd never been to court only one time before, and that was an arraignment for driving with no insurance. Maybe almost 30 years ago, 28 years ago. So when I went to court, I was like, well, yeah, I just go in there and, and let the lady know I don't have a police record, blah, blah, blah. I'm a Mr. Good Guy. No. She beat me across the head, man. You'd have swore I was Bin Laden. Levon White's crazy. Q-Dub says, real talk, I had to pay $1,600 a month for 14 years. Wife was even smart enough to take me back to court every 3 years to raise the child support till my daughter turned 18. It's crazy over there. And that's probably... it's a lot of good things about being in the Philippines, and it's a lot of things that happen over here to let you know you're not in America no more. And one of them is there's no court enforced child support over here. They leave it up to you and the mother. Y'all both responsible for the care of the child. So, nobody's going to go on and see your wages over here. They're not going to take your passport. They're not going to do any of that stuff. Hey, Jacob Tanjay says the Sunshine Crew, when I went to the divorce court, the judge thought I was Bill Gates. I was taken to the woodshed with one child. Yeah, it was scary to me because here's what they did. After we left court, they took us in this little side room, me and the I guess I don't want to call it the prosecutor because there was no prosecutor. Whoever the judge appointed person was, and they asked her how much she earned. She said nothing, and I told her, you're lying. We got a daycare center. And they asked me what I earned, and that's how he get my child support. And then the very next day, I get a letter in the mail, man. They didn't take, from Homeland Security, by the way, that they've taken they suspended my passport. I was hot, man. Simply, like I said, I told my husband, Cal, he asked me to think about it. Come on over, Simply, now. Give us some of that nitty gritty in person. I got to answer this one. I apologize. I skipped over this. PL says, by moving to the Philippines, Calvin, you lifted the weight of the world off your shoulders, allowing the sun to shine. You couldn't have said any better, brother. I promise you. It was like a 10,000-pound weight lifted off my shoulders. Y'all think I'm joking. Y'all think this guy's full of crap when I say, man, you so light, you feel like you could fly over here now. The weight of the world's been lifted, man. It's like I got wings over here. And y'all think that I'll be just selling y'all swampland, man. I'm not. Red Horse Adventure says if you're looking for a perspective from someone that's been to the Philippines quite a bit, is married to a Filipino in the U.S., let me know. Yeah, you the type of people I want on my panel. You know, she's from here, but she lives in Florida now. You've been here several times, you're married to a Filipino, because my channel is for people really who've never been here before. And I think people forget that when they see a lot of my videos and they think, oh, this guy's giving a lot of basic information, but I'm not. Most of my information is geared toward people who've never been here before. They have no clue of what I'm talking about. It's you hard ankles and salty dogs that, you know, that take the information for granted. But yeah, Red Horse Adventures, I'm going to give you my, this is for anybody, by the way. I'm going to put my email in here. Send me your email, because what I've decided to do, I'm going to upgrade to the, okay, that's all the chime. Hold on, guys. I'm going to upgrade on my StreamYard so that I can get 10 people on screen instead. Hold on, guys. Did we already pay for that, right? Is that the LaChine? Yeah, we already paid for that. Honey. Okay, yeah, we paid for that already. Thank you. Love it. Take care. Wow, it's hot. Yeah. That smells good. I know, guys, don't jump on my case. I eat pork every now and then. But we're going over here to this Monica's place today. And you know, it's a house. It's like an Airbnb. So we bought the LaChine belly. Man, this thing is hot. It smells good. Let me take it inside real quick. And I know some of you guys are going to say I'm going to hell for eating pork. Well, hell, if Jesus is going to send me to hell for eating a pig sandwich, then so be it. But yeah, that costs 1,800 pesos. So that's about about $38. But that thing will last a long time, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, I mean, don't knock that till you try it. And you know, I may eat pork maybe once a month, you know, no more than twice a month, believe it or not. Let's see. Yeah, he says, Vale's basket case says she can put you in jail for economic abuse. Yeah, but how many people have you ever heard that happening to, guys? It's not going to happen over here. You know why? Filipinos don't handle their disputes in court. Okay? And you can get out in front of that. I mean, if you with a woman, depending on how long you with her. I've been with her for 2 years. So say, for instance, that things go south. You got to take care of these women, man. You can't just come over here and abuse them and use them and all of that. If you get out in front of it and say, okay, well, you know, we've been together 5 years or whatever it is, and you know that you stopped her from working and you've done this and you've done that, man, you need to, you know, hell, give her 5, 6, 7,000 a month. That's nothing, really. Because if you don't, you know, you're gonna catch hell over here, and you don't want to be over here catching hell, you know. But yeah, we come up with they always put that stuff on here, but you can't name 5 people that's happened to in a country of 110 million. Oh, if her husband catches you in the bed with her, he can shoot you. Yeah, well, how many times have you heard that happening? Don't put that stuff. That's misinformation to me, because it's never going to happen over here. Filipinos don't solve their problems in court. You may get that two-man tandem, but they're not going to take, oh, she could get you for economic abuse. Yeah, whatever. Name me 5 people that's happened to. It's not going to happen. Mr. Vegas says this. He's taking up for me. He said, nothing wrong with pork. It's healthy fat. See, that's what I need to know. But I don't eat it all the time. But I'm going to tell you something. The people who make this one, it's some of the best I've ever had. Believe it or not. I mean, that thing smells so good. And then it's seasoned. Because what I'll do is I won't eat a lot of that. I get a little bit of the meat without the fat and then get some of the skin right above the neck, right behind, I guess, by being the belly. But this thing's delicious, man. Yeah, I love LaChan. He says, I've never known anyone who's gone through that before. A lot of the stuff that you hear people putting on here, he can have you arrested for adultery, for dating his wife. How many people have you heard that happen to? 0. But they just want to have something to say. So, okay, you can say it. But it's not going to happen, guys. More than likely, you date a woman over here that's been married, he's long gone. I'm telling you from my experience. Or if it does, or if he's not, he don't care. Frank Ellis says, I don't know anybody that doesn't eat bacon. But you got some perfect people. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it before this live stream is over, Frank. I promise you that. I'm going to get it. Hey, Red Horse. Okay, yeah. What I'll do is Tuesday at about 9:20, I'll send you the link and then come on here about 9:25. I'll get about 4 or 5 of y'all. Cons 2911 says, if you see Army, Navy, they got good burgers. I heard that, but see, there's nothing like that here. I'm trying to think of the name of this place in Bacala City because I'm going to have to go next week, but it scares me, man. Bacala City's on alert 4. Their hospitals are so full of COVID cases now, they stopped accepting people, guys. I promise you. They shut down their emergency room. It's raging over here, and until they get people vaccinated, man, it's going to get worse. Yeah, Ron Bizzle says, let's get some likes for our brother Calvin. Yeah. I don't know why. I guess people sometimes they forget to do that. Yeah, hit the like. And if you want, go ahead and subscribe. I hardly ever ask people to subscribe. I forget to. But I think my channel is just as decent as some of these other ones that that's got twice as many, 5 times as many subscribers. But I think it's because they ask for it, and I don't. Joseph T says, you're telling American guys to support their significant other post-relationship. Good luck from a group that even keep up with their own child support and alimony back in the States. Yeah, Joseph T, you make a great point there. But remember, this is just a suggestion. This is boots on the ground experience I'm giving them. Instead of you just running, because you're going to have to keep running. And remember, I'm talking about a long-term relationship. I'm not saying these 6-month relationships, a year relationship. No. You with a woman 3, 4, 5 years, man, you're going to do the right thing. And that's the right thing because for a fact when you come over here that you're going to stop her from working. And, no matter what her job is, you're taking that money out of the house that she came from. Because most of the time, the women we deal with, and I'd say 8 times out of 10, maybe even 9 times out of 10, she's the breadwinner. So you got to support that. Yeah, this is a good one. Steele says moderation in all things. Let me go back to that. I want to put him up there because He makes this is a great point, guys, over here. Because remember, when you get over here, everything's gonna look like a deal. You're gonna see so many women over here, man. You know, drink of the Filipino responsibly, guys. If not, I'm telling you from experience. I was a runner, man. You know, drink of the Filipino responsibly. You know, I had to tell you in America, drink responsibly. Yeah, it's all about moderation, man, because everything's gonna look like a deal. Beautiful women all over the place. I've gotten a whole lot better. Here's what I do. Whenever I see a beautiful woman, to keep me from really lusting and, getting bad ideas in my head, I just think of her on her period. And it kind of turns me off because I was playing tennis yesterday, man, and you can tell they were sisters. I would guess they were probably anywhere from 20 to 22, man. These were I could easily put them on that video, Philippines versus Thailand. I mean, they were but these were native Filipinos. They didn't have a lot of makeup on. Well, they didn't have no makeup on. But man, were they sexy. They were beautiful. They were young. And they just sat there and was watching us, man. But I used that. I said, well, hell, they're on their period. And I was okay. But that's the type of stuff you're going to see. And while I'm on that subject of Thailand versus Philippines, YouTube flagged me for that video, guys. I took one for the team. They're not going to monetize that video, and I don't understand why. There's only one real provocative picture that I even seen on there was the ladies on all fours. It looks like the bikini is kind of pushing in. You can see like the shape of the beef curtains, but other than that, I'm like, come on, man. But I took one for the team, and I told JH this morning, I said, well, you got to feed the sharks sometimes, guys, with videos like that. But I took one for y'all. But I was shocked that they didn't monetize that. They said, no, it violates our community standards. So I appealed it because a lot of times on YouTube, the computer, they'll limit your video and then you have to go in and appeal it. And then they'll have a live person watch it. And 99 times out of 100, they'll change their mind. But this time they didn't. And I was just kind of crazy. Okay, RLV. See, he lives in the Philippines. He's a Filipino. He said, we handle disputes first in the barangay hall with the barangay chairman, no fees. See, that's what you're going to be looking at. You're not going to court, and that's like the court, because whatever the barangay official says, you're going to abide by that more than likely. And if you're a foreigner and she's a Filipino, more than likely, they're going to side with her. See, and then if you don't abide by it, you're going to have to get out of the barangay or get off the island. But yeah, thanks RLB for that information. Adam Chenoweth said, like Calvin said, the unspoken agreement is that you will pay one way or the other. Don't go to the PI and think you're going to just run game and jilt these women. You're only endangering yourself. Yeah, you're only fooling yourself. The unspoken agreement's been here probably since 1899, when the first American, somewhere around that time, when the first American soldier set foot in this place and saw them little beautiful brown women running all over the place. Don't come over thinking you're somebody special. I wouldn't care if you were Brad Pitt, and this is the honest truth. If you are a foreigner, 18 to 80, blind, crippled, or crazy, you got to pay. They're going to expect that visa and that better life, man. They just don't want you for your looks, because there's good-looking men over here that look a lot better than you. They're a lot younger than you. They're a lot stronger than you. And, hey, that's not what they're in it for, guys. And you're only fooling yourself. So thanks, Adam. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, simply take care. I I'm gonna send me your email because I'm gonna send you the link and then you can think about it. Benny from the Bronx says, I'll try anything once except balut. I know that's what he's talking about, even though he spelled it wrong. I can't get past the smell. And that, John brought that over here. And see, the thing about it, balut, believe it or not, guys, it's supposed to be served hot or at least warm. John bought some cold balut over here, and it was trash. So don't eat it cold. Eat it hot if you're going to eat it, and eat it when you're drinking, when you're not in your right state of mind, because otherwise you're not going to try it. And do it at night. Regular Joe Travel said, Cal, no one should care what you put in your body, just like you don't care who put their body in places either. I understand what you're saying, yeah. But they do, you know how we do. We push our religion on everybody. And if people would just live their religion, just put your religion on every day and come outside, you wouldn't have to talk about it. And, but we want to push it on you. And they don't realize over in America when it says we have the right, the freedom of religion, that means the freedom not to practice religion too if we don't want to. It doesn't mean you can practice religion if you want. It means that you can refrain from that if you want. But they'll take, because remember my father was a preacher. I went to church for years, and I never knew anybody that read the Bible all the way through and interpreted it the same, or, most of the sermons, I haven't been to church in years. I can go to church on Sunday, and I guarantee you they're going to preach a sermon that I'm familiar with. It's a loop, and I'm not putting religion down. I'm just saying that I know from experience they cherry pick. How many? Okay, let's leave that alone, guys. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't come on here and tell me that I'm going to hell because I eat a damn pig sandwich. Well, if that's the case, then damn, how petty is the God you're serving? He's petty as hell. But I can be like Ted Bundy, kill all those people and repent right before they put me in the electric chair, but he's going to forgive me. See, that's what confuses me. Red Horse Adventure said, I just recently got over COVID, not a pleasant experience. Now I'm gonna tip my hat to you, and I've never met you before. But I put on my Facebook, I said, the only thing worse than being called a crackhead today is if somebody accuses you of having COVID. Why are we so afraid to say we've got COVID, man? We'll say anything. You got anything else. But we're afraid to say COVID as if it's a stigma attached to it. How in the world are you going to get rid of this COVID if y'all in denial about it? I'm not afraid of it. I don't want it, but I'm not afraid of it. And if I had it, I'd tell you so you won't come around me and catch it too. See? Reginald Wallace says, Calvin, I'm going to tell Minister Farrakhan on you about the pork. LOL, a long time, my brother. Hey, thank you. Yeah. People have their own views and stuff about that stuff. I'll leave it at that. Superstar Jones. This is a question I get 100 times a day. I have no idea. This place is raging over here, but they're proposing this vaccine bubble, and I believe this is eventually going to get traction because this is the third time this man has proposed this, and now he's got 1,000 business owners behind him. They're going to create a vaccine bubble, meaning that if you've been fully vaccinated in this country, you can move around freely, and the COVID restrictions are going to be eased for you. And I think eventually they're going to do that for foreigners too eventually, but they've got to have some room in the hospitals. There's no room. They shut the emergency rooms, man. It's, believe it or not. Alpina R says, I'm subscribed. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Steele says, thumbs up, guys. Earl, this is funny. He says, Harold Till asked me to subscribe Calvin and I will. I don't know. But it must be what these people are doing. You know, because I look at their channel and they got a bunch of crap on there. And, you know, I don't tell people what to like and what not to like. It's just my opinion. I'm like, man, this is crap. How you got 80,000 subscribers, you know, and all your stuff is scripted and you're not really telling the nitty gritty, but I guess because you can wear a bikini and I can't. I'm not going to wear a bikini. Hey, John, you haven't been answering my emails. We're going over there to Monica's place today if you and Janessa want to come. It's nice, you know, you dirty puppy sponsored it, you know that's your buddy. If you want to come over there, they got a nice swimming pool, you can cook on food. We bought the lechon belly already. But I do want to say this, John. The police did stop me yesterday, finally. And they were following me for a while. I was on my bike, and I see this gray truck behind me, and it won't pass me. It's just behind me. They don't blow. They don't do nothing. So when I get up to the main road where I can't go out of there, he pulls beside me, rolls his window down, says, hey, we need to talk to you for a minute. And he gave me the spiel, same as he gave John. Wrote my name down and everything. But these was good guys. It wasn't they're not trying to stick me up or anything. But, yeah, they finally got me, John. Ty Cromwell says, I think in that video, the guy got the Thai women off Google image. They look too perfect. I said the same thing, Ty. And that's why I had to throw in a few IG models from the Philippines just to make it interesting, because most of those, remember, there's 3 women on my side. They're really real women. They live right here in San Carlos City that I had. I mean, I just get a small sample from San Carlos City, and hell, they was up there with them. But beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And those women were perfect, man. And he claims, this is JH sent me those pictures. He claims those were, I said, well, damn, Jay, is there any 5, 6, 7s, and 8s in Thailand? Because those are certainly 9s and 10s. You know what he said? Those are the 5, 6, 7s, and 8s. No. See, that's one thing I'm not going to do on Sunshine Shoulder. I'm not going to sell you a dream, guys. He sold me a dream. If those women are 5, 6, 7s, and 8s, then I'll pack my stuff and I'll move to Thailand tomorrow. If it was all about that, Jay. Come on now. I was born at night, but not last night. Albert Johnson said, I'm going to hell with gasoline draws on if that's the case, because I eat a lot of pork. And, like I said, they'll take that out of there. It's okay, but they don't take the verse out of there that says, bash your children upside the head with a rock and kill them for being disrespectful. Nobody ever repeats that. Nobody ever takes that out of the Bible and puts it out there in public. See, Philip Rogers said, airbrushed tiger girls. Gil, I'm sorry. He said, why did the police stop me? It's a program they're saying that they're just trying to identify all the foreigners to see if we're having any problems, is what the guy told me. He gave me 5 or 6 different numbers. He said one number is for drugs. One number is if your neighbors are singing karaoke too late at night and, you want to turn them in. One number, he gave me so many numbers, man, my head, man, like a bowl of spaghetti by the time he got finished. They had, they saw me and they were kind of afraid, really. They were kind of not afraid, because these are police. They're not afraid of you. But they were kind of bashful to put me through that, that process. I could tell just by looking at him, but anyway, it was for our own good. He says, if anybody bothers you, call this number. Anybody harass you, call this number. But that's what they wanted. R. Burns says, the problem with perfect women is they will leave you at the drop of a hat if they can get a richer guy. Also, they love attention and will flirt with you. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I don't know if I'd want a woman that nice looking. Now, he makes a lot of great points there. And see, that's going to be on my video that I'm going to do when I get over here. It's called The Pros and Cons of Dating Young in the Philippines, because I did a live stream, but we never talked about it. So I said I'll do a video. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is the thrill factor that you get when you date and have a living partner that's young over here. I don't care if you're suffering from depression, man. You wake up and you look at this pretty young thing beside you, it changes your whole perspective. It changes your whole outlook. That's one of the pros about it, because I'm not going to waste your time with all that. Oh, she's immature. I'm going to give you some real pros and cons over here, guys. And the thrill factor is one of them. And, but those women, they're just too perfect for me. And R. Burns is right. They're going to be all vain and stuff. King Hardy says, Cal, the Bible doesn't say that. Yeah, it does say that. I'm paraphrasing, but it does say something like that. Like, when kids are disrespectful, take a rock and bash them in their head till they die. Yeah, it says that. Something like that. It says all kind of crazy stuff that you never hear because they cherry pick the Bible. They take the good stuff out. Man, my father was a preacher, and he was one of the best at doing this. He could take one sentence out of the Bible and create a whole 40-minute sermon off of one sentence. Guys, I'm telling you, man, we drinking the Kool-Aid. We drinking it over there. But my father used to do it all the time. And that's a fact. The prodigal son. Who's ever heard? You hear that every Easter Sunday. They bring out that prodigal son, and then they talk about the one who stayed with the father and the one that went off in the world. And, they say the same sermons every single week. Mo says, wow, you're looking good today. Where you going? She's dressed like one of them Thai women over here today. Except she don't have any tattoos. She better not get no tattoos. I don't like that. You might have a little butterfly or something on your butt or something like that. But other than that, man, no. Mo says, I was impressed by the Thai women. I'm considering traveling to Phuket if the Philippines doesn't open this winter. Yeah, well, you go on and make your reservations because Philippines ain't opening this winter, Mo. Now, this is what I always say. This is what Jay told me today, Frank. He said, Cal, if you go to Thailand, you'll never go back to the Philippines. But I tell people the same thing. If you go to the Philippines first, you're never going to make it to Thailand. I don't care how good those women look. They can't treat you like the Filipino can. The Filipino got them top, man. I promise you that. They may look better. They may have more of a body and everything like that. But no, they're not going to treat you. You're not going to get the treatment over there that you get over here. And you can understand them over here. And your rent is only going to be $80 a month. No, you ain't going to beat that. But that's why I told you I was going to travel around the world. I came to the Philippines first. I haven't went anywhere else. Benny in the Bronx says, because they know the drill over here, so ups to them. Clint Dow said, my friend, Just got her first shot in Palawan. They've stepped it up, but not enough. Let me show you. This is from today. Now, this is from Monday. As of Monday, 17 million people were fully vaccinated here in the country. Now, this is the middle of September we're talking about, and their goal is 71 million by the end of December. Good luck, Philippines. That's not going to happen. But, you know, nothing wrong with dreaming. Daryl Fulmore, what's going on, brother? That's my partner from up in Seattle, Washington. He said, Brother Cal, what was the story of the military and police guy wanting to take a picture of you? Well, those were the police, Daryl. Excuse me. And those are the ones that stopped me. Now, after they went through all of that, you know what they said? I promise this is a true fact. Can we take a picture with you? Because I was going to get on my bike and ride away and say, hey, can we take a picture with you? Because they didn't take my picture. I thought they were going to take my picture like they took John's. They took my name, my address, and my age and nationality. But I was getting ready to get on my bike. You see, I had my mask, my shades, and helmet on. And they said, hey, by the way, can we take a picture with you? I said, sure. Remember I told you that the men over here, as good as the women treat you over here, the men treat you better. I'm more of a celebrity with the men than I would ever be with the women, because the women, they're just painfully shy and painfully bashful. Even if they did had an interest in you, man, it'd be like pulling teeth to get them to acknowledge it, you know. But the men, yeah, they'll ask you. Hey, Brad Bonds, thanks for that super sticker. I appreciate you, brother. Arca Pelago says, by December, the vaccines may wear off according to the news on booster shots. Yeah. And I don't have a problem taking a booster shot. But give me my freedom, man. You know, let me roam around. You know, what's the whole purpose of taking these shots if I'm still going to be on lockdown? It don't make sense to me. Keep the people who are unvaccinated locked down. You protecting them against themselves, from themselves, rather. Let the people who are vaccinated roam around, man. Belizean Edwin said, remember, I took China Eastern Airlines. The flight attendants don't even speak English, but she was so sexy and cute. Philippines is the best. Wish they would not open till 2022, 2023. Wow, why you say that, brother? Jacob T says, later, bro. See you. Okay, yeah, he's got to hit the hamster wheel, guys. Now, Will Rose said, you in the mug shop book now. LOL. But they're not going to bother you. But yeah, see, I don't understand this stuff. They told me that Shakespeare wrote half the Bible anyway, with words like this. He said, Proverbs 23:13, withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die. See, I don't understand that stuff. What's it saying? But like I said, you can pull out those verses. Man, the Bible is full of stuff, man. It's like, you know, man, you know, I know, you know, you're talking to a preacher's son, man. It's a lot of stuff in that Bible that we overlook because it, you know, it don't fit our narrative, guys. Come on. Thomas King says 17. What are you talking about? 17 million in September. Hey, thanks, David Masterson. Thanks for the super chat. He said, hey, Cal, a lot of guys go to Thailand for the fun, girls, but in my opinion, I'll take the Philippines to find a wife. Always enjoy your channel. Thank you, David. And you own to something there, I believe. Because that's true, you know. I'm just the type of guy, man. You know, even when I was in the service, I can't perform on the clock, man. Only when we went to places like Brazil and Colombia, where the women are just knockout gorgeous, was I able to perform on the clock. And in England, by the way, we went to England, and that was the first time I ever went to. Well, it was my first overseas trip in the Navy. Went to Portsmouth, England, and they had a red light district. Man, this woman was so nice, man. She was so friendly, man. She put me at ease, and you know, you could tell she was really a professional, man. And I had a good time. But when you go to places like Israel and where, you know, it's like, hurry up, you're literally on the ground, having sex on the ground, and you got some guy looking at you from the bushes. You know, he's the security guard, and I can't do it. So I got to be comfortable, man. You know, it's just the fact. But yeah, you're on to something, brother. Now look at this. Deuteronomy 21:18-21. Stone disobedient son. See what I'm saying? But you're not going to hear that in Sunday school. CUNICU. They conveniently skip over that. Thank you, by the way, for printing that CUNICU. That's crazy. I love LaChan said, yeah, that sounds pretty awkward, Calvin. Yeah, it is awkward. But you know, hell, you done paid the woman now. You got to perform. And I mean, I think when we put in Israel, we had been out to sea for like 73 days. So, you know, you ain't going to sit there and argue about too much. Yeah, R68 DVR. See, he said that I was not telling the truth, brother. He said, it's not in the. It is. I've heard that somewhere before. He said, "His sunshine shows, yeah, Deuteronomy. Yeah, see, but he said I didn't hear that before. What's he saying? Come on, Pete Teller, man. I'm not going to address that on here. We're not going to argue about that. Unless you're a doctor or a scientist, stop with all that stuff, man. If you don't want to take the shot, that's fine, but don't bring it on my channel. I'm not even going to address you because it's foolishness, man. We'll be arguing here all day to control people. Let me give you some breaking news, P. Taylor. They already control your ass. They take taxes out on you. You do a lot of shit over there that you don't want to do and you wouldn't do if you didn't have to. They already control you. So they don't need to jab you to control you. They follow you everywhere on your cell phone, your internet. So what do you mean? They don't need that damn jab to control you. They already control you. You go and punch that clock every damn day. They control you. And Brian Nichols said, life for Brian is about me. But, you know, it's crazy. Hey, Alpina R says, hey, Uncle Cal, get that guest house squared away for me. I'll be in the Penites in December. It'll be done by then, especially if I get the right news that I'm expecting when I go to immigration. But I may have to go to Manila to get the answers I'm looking for. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I can't, you know, stay. Oh yeah, Cal. No, I'm you're a fan. No, but he, you know, these guys in this anti-vax movement, man. I don't know, man. You know, William Pope, thanks. He said, teacher, you say 8, 9, 10 ladies are bad for you. What we gonna do? That's all I like. No, I ain't saying it was bad for you. I said that R. Burns made some great points. No, I ain't saying it's bad for you. I'm saying, you know, especially in this day and age, Filipinos have become, they've always been vain. They'll stand in the mirror, even if she's a 5, she's going to stay in the mirror all day painting eyebrows on and everything like that. But a lot of the 8, 9s, and 10s over here, you're going to be in good shape because they don't even know they're 8, 9s, and 10s. My son's mother was a legitimate 8.5, 9. Okay, I promise you that. And I was the only one other than her mother that ever told her she was beautiful. Hey, Christopher Wolfgang, thanks for that super chat. He said, LOL, you made me laugh. What did I say, brother? Let's see what Cal Davis is saying. Cal Deadman, I mean, he says, if they want to, they will eventually get the vaccine. Did you forget where you live? Yeah. TJ Johnson says, ha, 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 I feel like people get snippy with me when I spit the Thai gospel, so I'm going to just let y'all cook. No. I want to hear it because I want people to have a legitimate option, TJ. You know, it's my thing is, even if the women are more beautiful over there and everything like that, I got to take the pros of the Philippines, the under tourism, the visa policy, the treatment of the women over here. I'm talking about just the masses. I'm not talking about them fancy women over there on Walking Street and all that. PL says, are you going to install bars on the windows of your house or build a perimeter wall? Yeah, I'm going to build a perimeter wall, and I don't know about the bars. I want to talk to my engineer about that because you see I got some big windows. I don't think my windows are going to open like this. I don't even know, believe it or not, I think it's a style thing over here, PL. Look at these windows. Even if they didn't have the bars on there, how would they get in there? You can't get in there. See? I mean, you'd have to take that whole frame out to get in there. And if they want to go through all of that, hell. Wait, let me answer this one first. Filipinos cut their eyebrows off totally, nothing. But they don't have any. Filipinos don't have a whole lot of body hair. My girlfriend doesn't have underarm hair, eyebrows. So they'll paint it on there. That's why me and her fall out. And that's why I tell you guys, let her get ready first. Right when she's almost ready, that's when you jump in the shower and do your little 5 or 10 minute thing. Otherwise, you're gonna be sitting there and you're gonna be angry, man. It's gonna make you mad. You're gonna fall out with her. No, really, Jason, I didn't trick anybody because I didn't know. Most of the women, he says, Jason Will says, you tricked everyone with your Thai Filipino video, putting Ivana Alawi as both Thai and Filipino. No, see, he sent me those pictures first, okay? Those were his pictures. I don't even know who Ivana Alawi is. I promise you don't. So I said, well, damn, they look so perfect. I can't just put, because I was just going to put regular Filipinos in there. I said, no, let me go on IG and get some off there and put them just to make it interesting. But most of the pictures of man are regular women. One, my girlfriend, and the other 2 live here in St. Carlos City. The girl with the glasses laying on the beach chair in the bikini. And the other one was actually, where you headed? Actually was in the Miss Sunshine Shoulders Beauty Contest. And I guarantee you, if she'd have did what I suggested to her to do, she would have won that contest hands down. I said, look, when you do your presentation, because we work out at the gym together, we used to. Her name is Rosalina Ledesma, is it? Ladine, what? Delima. She would have won. You know, that woman on there, the sexy one that's on there. These are real women I'm telling y'all about. But no, I didn't try to do that on purpose. Burns says, doesn't matter what country a woman's from, they all take forever to get ready. Yeah. But over here, because you're in such a hurry to get outside and enjoy the sunshine or the beach or whatever it is, it pisses me off, and that's the only time we really kind of like, because I'm going to tell you, man, it's more than just getting ready. She takes 45-minute showers, man. I can't stand it. Especially when I'm in there holding Booby and Booby's acting up. And I'm like, come on. Con 29 says, Ayana is hot. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she is, but hell, you got to be a millionaire to date somebody like that. I'm here to tell you that there's women over here that look just as good as her, and they don't even know they look that good. Yeah, Brian Bonds, you make a great point. He said you can't convince people the Philippines is better than Thailand. Not saying that you're doing that. The point is it's up to the person where they feel more at home. And I think somebody said that in the comments. This depends on, I just feel more at home here. And I've never been to Thailand, so I can't really give you a real honest boots on the ground perspective. I've got to go by what people tell me because I've never been there. But see, Harold Teal says something, man, this is so powerful to me. And this is what y'all don't understand. This is true boots on the ground stuff, what he's saying. I would take a yummy 5. That's good enough. It's some yummy 5s over here, guys. I promise you, man. And because a 10 is just too much for me. I don't want a 10. I'm sorry. I have to be like Harold Teal. Because there's some yummy 5s over here, man. And it's just their personality, their accent, and they just will bend over backwards, man. They go the extra mile to please you, man. And you gotta put something. That's gotta be worth something, guys. China Zolda Vulcan says very important for her to be clean. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm saying, just let her get ready first. Because if you don't, you're gonna sit around and see in the Philippines, you can't do that. You come out of the shower, you're gonna start sweating. Then by the time she gets out of the shower and gets ready and get going, you drenched with sweat. You gotta go in there and take another shower. Ingram Davis says to Frank Ellis, a lot of Asian women lowball themselves and really don't know how good they truly look. It's a fact. That's a 100% fact. I'm not saying this. My son's mother, the most beautiful woman I'd ever, had a relationship with. Certainly that I've had children with. She was just kind of crazy, too crazy for me. She was a legitimate 8.5 and 9. I mean, she was beautiful. No matter where we went, she, but she didn't know it. Nobody ever told her that, Ingram Davis says a 10 can give me one night. Yeah, that's about it. Hey, thanks, Will Rose, for that super sticker. Philip Rogers, sorry, man, I took that off. I just never thought about Thailand. I really didn't either, to be honest with you. When I started I had 20,000 left from my divorce. And I was going to do a trip around the world. The first 2 places I put on there were the Philippines. I didn't even put where I was coming to the Philippines. I just put Philippines, and but I knew I wanted to go to Perth, Australia. This is just from the Navy guys telling me, man, you got to go to Perth, Australia. He says, of all the places, he said, I've been to the Philippines, I would prefer Perth, Australia. I said, well, damn. But my problem was I came here first. and liked it so much. If you can't like the Philippines, man, you know, I don't know. You dead already. Is all I can tell you. It's just all set up here for you, especially if you're an American, man. It's all set up for you here already. All you got to do is come here and have enough money to survive. The language is set up for you. The peso versus the dollar set up for you. You know, they just got they've got a love for Americans over here, man. Alpina R says, man, I almost broke my neck when I hopped on the train. What, today? But yeah, if you can't enjoy the Philippines, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. You need to stay home. Okay. Will Rose said Thailand can be tricky. See, I can't verify that. Evidently, he's been there. I don't like really talking about stuff I heard and read because I read a lot. And you know, the police over there is something, man, in Thailand. I don't understand, and this is a fact. This isn't coming from Sunshine Shows. You can look it up. The highest incidents of expat suicides happen over in Thailand, around the world. And I don't know where that comes from. I don't want to be anywhere where I want to kill myself. Daryl Fulmore says, I hope everyone sees the difference in a Filipina than a Western woman when you ask your lady where she headed out of care. And she replied, Western women will ask why and a lot of mouth. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about, Daryl. You know, that has to mean something. It's just their whole disposition over here, the Filipinos' disposition. It has to be worth something. It doesn't go matter, PL. He said, Cal, you should give your girlfriend an early get ready time that's a half hour before the real time you want to leave the house. It ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna tell you, and John can verify this for me. I've showed up at the restaurant by myself. I've gotten so frustrated where we're supposed to meet John and Janessa at 6:30. She'll just be getting in the shower at 6:30. I don't tolerate that. You know, sometimes she comes, sometimes she don't. Calvin, David Davis said, Calvin, just curious, is it possible to get a background how you say your son's mother was crazy? Yeah, she was crazy. Like, see, I didn't know that her previous relationship with her Filipino boyfriend, it was abusive. And, you know, she was very jealous. I mean, over the top jealous. And, you know, it was, if she didn't get her way, she had to, I mean, I ain't talking about wanting stuff because they don't ask you for nothing really. But I mean, you know, if I wanted to go somewhere like, hey, I'm going to Boracay, I'm going by myself. I'm not taking you this time. I just want to be by myself. Oh, she'd get to screaming and hollering, rolling on the floor, you know, just making a scene, man. And it just, she didn't realize I just got out of a bitter divorce. I wasn't going to put up with that. I'm not going to recreate my life over here that I had over there. But that's the type of stuff she would do. She memorized all my passwords. She friended every friend I had on Facebook. She had a friend, you know, had friended on Facebook. But the thing that got me is something, you know, at night I couldn't go to sleep. She'd be up, what's your plans for me? And, you know, just, it was crazy. That's all I can, that's the only way I can describe it, David. And that's why I say she was from the province. I met her in the city. I met her in Cebu. But she was a province. That's why I tell you guys, I want a province woman. Be careful what you wish for, man, when you want these province women. Yeah, they're not as fast as the city women, and, you know, it may take them a while to catch on to certain things. But, man, I'm going to tell you, when they latch hold of you, it's hard to get rid of them, man. It's hard to get off of them, man. And they're feisty, meaning they threaten you. You know, the other woman I told you that stalks me, she's province, man. You know, every other email, I'm gonna get you blacklisted from the country. You'll never be able to come back. There's a lady I spent one night with, basically. I never knew her. She never knew me, really. But she had already put all her eggs in one basket with me. And, lady, I don't even know you. You know, they will assume, man. Filipinos already see their life with you already years down the road in their head, guys. And somebody can bear witness to me for this. They've already made plans for your future for you. It'll trip you out, man. And until you experience it, you won't even know. You know, because the other day I said, remember when we were talking on that live stream, I said, man, you know, my girlfriend was listening. She's probably watching my live somewhere on her phone right now. When I said, you know, you go into a relationship knowing it's going to end at some point. You got to go into that. Oh, man, she flipped out over that. She couldn't, you know. Well, what about, she started talking about boobies, graduation. The boobies 1 year old. She started talking about all kind of stuff way in the future. She already had plans for us, guys. Thomas King says, I love Australia. It's just expensive. We know I didn't want to live there. I was just going to visit because they said, hey, you know, it's a party place. And, you know, a lot of beautiful women. Thomas H. said, Calvin, you serious, that jealous? Yeah. And most of them are, guys. If your Filipino isn't jealous, then that's a red flag that she's not really into you for real. She's with you for that visa and new life. If she cares just this much about you, she's going to be jealous. If you like somebody's Facebook post, she's going to question that. Honestly, man, you know, that's one of the ways you will know that a Filipino's into you, man. She's jealous, man. You better not even say, well, you know, you and your sister look alike or something like that, because it's going to imply that you're liking her sister. What are you saying? My sister's nice looking. You don't want to say anything like that. Hey, says Travel Vlogs. Her birthday's coming up. I think she said the 18th, everybody. I'd like to get you on. Send me your email, says Travel Vlogs. I'd like to get you on the panel, too. Yeah, Ty Cromwell. He says some women can be emotionally high maintenance. And a lot of them are. You know, that's why I say take your time, man. Don't go by looks. Because many of us, man, we get stuck into some crazy situations over here, man. I see it. I told you that black man we seen, that John's on her. You still on her, John. Tell them about the way this lady treated this man over here, man. I'm like, man, I felt sorry for him. I felt sorry for him. I was like, man, you 6'2", about 200 pounds. No way I let that woman be pulling me around like that. Harold Till says, I don't care who I meet, I'm married. They can't have bank account numbers. That's classified information. Yeah. But she's going to memorize as much as you can. I promise you, okay, y'all think I'm talking crazy when I'm saying that she was jealous. You see these windows, right? You see these windows right here, right? Now, if I was still with her, she'd be standing off just enough where I can't see her, but she can see all this. See? And that's how she used to do it. And it was crazy. I'd never experienced anything like that before. You know. But when you give them something they've never had before, they're going to start doing things they've never done before. And That's why you don't really, it's not really about, you don't have to look like Brad Pitt. You got to be able to take her to that certain place financially, but you don't have to look good. But if you know what you're doing when y'all lay down, it's going to change a lot of things. You're going to see a Filipino, they're jealous, man. They're jealous as hell. And that's the sign that she's into you. If she's not, okay, I'm going to give y'all some information. I come back from playing tennis. No, this was Tuesday. Today's Thursday. Yesterday we played tennis. Day before was Tuesday. I see the foreigner outside. I wave, hey, how you doing? And, he looked like he's going somewhere. So, he gets in a tricycle. He's gone. Man, 3 minutes later, here comes this woman out the door. She's all fancied up. She gets in the tricycle, goes the opposite way. See, when they start doing stuff like that, man, she ain't into you guys. Because Filipinos love hard. They love hard, guys. If she ain't loving you hard, then maybe, yeah. I think I'm getting ready to get rid of him, man. Because, guys, no, I ain't gonna get rid of him. But here's what I want to say. We don't want this channel to be, we don't want to argue on her, guys. We don't want that. Believe it or not. We're just trying to share information with each other. It's going to help us when we come overseas, whether it's the Philippines, whether it's Thailand, wherever it is. We're trying to build a community, guys. We don't want to argue. That's why, I was telling John about Travel Mike. He says a lot of stuff sometimes that he wants to argue, man. We don't want that. Earl Till said you had a spy for a wife. Yes, she was like that. But she would do anything for me. I've never, before or since, this one comes close, having a woman that would do absolutely anything and everything for me, man. She gave me her heart and soul, man. But there's a price that you pay for that. They're jealous as hell. And that's a fact, man. But yeah, because the woman I'm with now, she's close. Because I'm funny when it comes to ironing my clothes, cooking my food, just certain things like that. I like a clean woman. I like a woman that's organized, that straightens up the house. See, that's how she is. That's how the other one was. I won't let just anybody iron my clothes, but Marilyn, yeah, I let her iron my clothes. My son's mother, yeah. She had gotten so good. I'm going to tell you how jealous she was, guys. I used to go, now this is way pre-pandemic. This is 2010, 2011. I used to go and get a massage about every other day. And she'd go with me, man. She was jealous of them women touching me. So here's what this woman did. She sat there and watched every single thing that they did. And don't you know, one day I said, come on, honey, we get ready to go get a massage. She said, no, I can give you a massage here. You don't even have to go there anymore. And I promise you, she had learned how to give a massage just from watching these women. She was just as good as they was. And that was it. I never got another massage outside the house, man. That's what I'm talking about. John Wells said, T.J. Johnson, he was retired military. He was the breadwinner. Worst part was that his woman wasn't that great. Well, John, you being nice. I gave her 2.5. John said he gave her 2. And man, it was cringy, guys. I couldn't deal with that. I'm like, man, are you crazy? What's wrong with you? I thought to myself. He wouldn't even, man, he stopped. Just now, when you see an American overseas, and especially being in the Philippines, because a lot of times they can speak English, but they won't speak English. And who blames them? They're at home. They speak Visaya, Tagalog, but you hear that stuff all day, man. It it makes your head hurt. And you know, when he hears Americans, man, he's dying to just talk just a few minutes. She hurried up and snatched his butt. William Poe, wait, William, before I answer that, let me get cheesy. He says, is there a lot of people who play tennis there? Yeah, and they're good. As you can see now, Filipinos are starting to show up in the women's side anyway on the international scene. As a matter of fact, October 25th to October 30th, I'm going to sponsor. We're going to have the Sunshine Shoulders Open tournament here in San Carlos City. We're going to have, it's going to be doubles. It can be mixed, or, you know, you can have a woman's team against a man's team, but it's going to be 3 classes. Class A, which is top, Class B in the middle, Class C. Yeah, they play all the time. You're going to have a hard time finding a court over here that's empty. It's not like in America. I was showing my girlfriend, a friend of mine on Facebook, he was making a post. He was at the tennis court. It was like 5 courts behind him, good, brand new courts, unused. That wouldn't happen over here. William Pope said, what city is better, Davao or Cebu? I'm going to give it to Cebu because Davao's cleaner. Davao's cleaner. Davao's not as congested. Cebu has more people. And, you know, Cebu's in the Central Visayas region, which, you know, you're not going to have a lot of contention with rebels and different things like that. Even though Davao is a city of law and order, the mountains around there can get kind of dicey sometimes. I just like Cebu. The location is so much closer to so many places, man. Bohol, you know, Dumaguete. It's just so close to your place. And then Cebu itself. See, Davao is in Mindanao, which is the second largest island here, but Cebu is an island of itself. So Cebu City is part of Cebu Island. You don't even have to leave Cebu to go just to some magnificent places. Malapascua, Camotes Island. I'm talking about these are really, really once-in-a-lifetime destinations, guys. Just right on Cebu. Bantayan Island. I'm not going to put Malboal there because even though Malboal, I liked it, it's not a once-in-a-lifetime destination like Malapascua, like Bantayan Island, like Camotes Island. I'm talking about these places, guys, that you could go to and don't go nowhere else. And it's right there in Cebu. You know, you can go from south to north Cebu, and it's nice. So I have to give Cebu, just in my opinion, William. Frank Ellis said, some guys like to be dominated by women. They're into the dominatrix stuff, simping at another level. Yeah, you don't come over here with that. TJ said a 2.5. Yeah, like 2.5 men. Remember that? It wasn't that a show or something. John gave her 2, you know, and John hadn't even been drinking. John was sober and gave her 2. So that lets you know how, you know, she wasn't nothing to look at. Believe it or not. Yeah, TJ says, I'm going to say Cebu because he lives in Davao. So he's been both of them, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, well, he's been once for one work. Yes, Cebu is more of a metropolitan. It has more of that urban, has more of that city look to me. If you go to places like that Achi Park, Ayala Mall, I mean, Cebu is fancy in a lot of places, man. Cebu is fancy in a lot of places, guys. So I have to put Cebu up there. Hey, TJ, thanks for that super chat. He says, what nobody ever mentions about Davao is that all these effing mountains make it impossible to get anywhere in a timely manner. See, I didn't know that. It's been a while since I've been to Davao, but I spent a lot of time. I've been there several times. Spent a lot of time there, uh, and I liked it. But it doesn't. It's not like Cebu. You know, when you go to downtown Davao and you go to downtown Cebu, you'll see what I'm talking about. Cebu has the high rises, and you know, it rivals Manila. It's just not as put put together as Manila, but yeah, you can. Cebu is fancy, man, and I like Cebu. Yeah, see, Philip, this is what I'm talking about. He said, Philip Rogers says, I lived in Manila in 2010. Every time I saw an American, either we stopped to talk. It made my wife crazy. Yeah, but yeah, this one, she wasn't having it. She stood by the door and left the door open, guys, and to say, look, you better get your ass over and get out of here. It was ugly. It was an ugly sight. TJ Johnson, thanks for the super chat. He says, poor infrastructure and the terrain make it tough to get even short distances quickly. It takes 8 hours to get to Cagayan de Oro by car. Wow. 10 for Surigao, and neither are far. Well, that's one thing that the logistics in the Philippines is going to, you know, it's going to bother you. There's no other way around that, guys. You know, and that has to do with the infrastructure. It's gotten a whole lot better from 2009 to now, but it still has a long way to go. Yeah, and they make some of the simple places hard to reach. I mean, you got a long way to go on the bus and different places when it shouldn't be. It's just like that. Tuber 5 says, thoughts on Mindanao. I love Mindanao. Mindanao gets a knock, but it's unwarranted, really. If you stay out of the danger areas, man, Mindanao is vast, man. It's a lot of places. One of my favorite places is let me see. More than one. Let's see. Lawigan is that province I was telling you about. That's in northern Mindanao. General Santos, which goes down to Gland, Sarangani province, that's in Mindanao. It's just so much to do in Mindanao. You know, Davao's in Mindanao, Cagayan de Oro's in Mindanao. Camigan Island, which is one of my favorite places to go, is in Mindanao. Alpina R says, I want to go to Cebu, but I'm always in Manila. But just get on the plane, man. It's only an hour away. I haven't. PL, he says, have you ever watched the Borg versus McEnroe Wimbledon final tiebreak on YouTube? I'm going to do that. Before I start playing tennis, my next door neighbor in America, he taught me how to play, basically, because he didn't have nobody to play with. He took me along with him. And, you know, I'm still a Class C, guys. I had no respect for tennis players at all as athletes, but they're some of the most in-shape athletes in any professional sport. They don't take a lot of punishment like in football, boxing, but their endurance is up there with the best of them. You try getting out there, and especially these men matches that last sometimes 3, 4, 5 hours, running full speed, and then come back and talk to me. Will Rose said, Calvin, I have a group of 8 Thai women friends live stream from Village every day. Can say if you want. What do you mean by that, Will Rose? I don't really know what you're saying. He said, Calvin, I have a group of 8 Thai women friends live stream from the Village every day. Can can say if you want. I can say if I want. Okay. You mean to let people know that you do. Now, what's your channel? If people want to go on there. Hey, Alex, the RP King, thanks for that super chat. He said, what's Lady like? Well, I like Lady. You know, Ormond City is in Lady. It's one of my most safest. Well, they call it the safest city in the Philippines. Lady's got some real nice beaches down south, Lady. But it's just it's the weather in Lady that you have to be careful of. Alex, the RP King. And the more south you go, because that's Eastern Versailles region, that's Hurricane Alley, man. It's Typhoon Alley. You need to be careful, you know, when you go to some, you know, down there by Samar, Billaron Island and all of that. Yeah, you need to be careful and watch the newscast before you do. Grumpy Dude Bryant says the Pollock was always enjoyable, but anywhere on Mindanao, east of Osama City, is generally safe for any foreigner. I believe it was in 2005 that Surigao City had the lowest crime rate on the planet. Yeah, you can go to some of those places and see. Like I said, Mindanao gets a bad rap. It doesn't deserve. It's just so big, but because the United States has it on the State Department website and says, hey, don't go there, it gives it a bad reputation. But man, it's just so big. If you stay away from that Sulu Sea area, like Zamboanga South, you know, Bazilan, Holo, Salu, Tawi, all up through there, of course, Morawi, and you know, you're not going to have any problems. At least I haven't. TJ Johnson said, I live on the 26th floor here in Deville, and the soundproofing is good enough to keep it from reaching up here. I like Deville because it was clean. At that time, it was one of the cleanest. Like I said, I haven't been since 2011. It was the cleanest city in the Philippines, and it was safe. It was the city of law and order. Duterte was the president. You know, I used to go to the SM Mall. I go to People's Park, and if you were looking for some action, the women were just right there on the street. You didn't have to go far, and they'll be out there, you know, and you do your negotiating, which I was always with somebody, but, you know. Oh, okay, Ty, he says, that was in reference to the Roosters. Okay. It's still a very, very clean place, by the way. It doesn't have that persistent, what the F smell that you have in some parts of NCR. Yeah. And I said that before. Sometimes when you go in the Philippines, you're going to walk down the street and you're just going to smell poop. And you don't know if it's human poop, dog poop. You don't know. I'm going to answer that Red Horse Adventures in a minute. He said, live stream every morning, American time. What time? What's the name of your channel, Will? I'm sorry. Maybe I have to go up here a little bit more. Okay, yeah, okay. Will Rose is S3XY bar Pattaya, but not in Pattaya. And all my friends can ask them anything on that channel. Let's see what that channel is. I keep missing the channel. Go ahead and write it again, what the channel is, so I can put it out there. Red Horse Adventure says, Calvin, are you the only place in the Philippines with no roosters? Man, I live right across the street. They just moved their roosters out of the area. That was one of the problems my subscribers had. It's like, damn, man, can you get away from those roosters? Now, it's roosters everywhere. Roosters is the king. You should know this in the Philippines. I promise you that. It's not many places you can go in the Philippines and you don't hear roosters. He says that. No. Mike Kinsella says, I've been to Tacoma many times. Yeah, I've been twice. And thanks for that super chat. TJ says, loving the shift to StreamYard, by the way. It's a big quality of life boost to the channel. Not sure how long you've been using it, missed a few lives. It's only my second time, TJ, but I like it. The only reason I got away from it, TJ, was because the first time I used it, I interviewed John, my first live stream, and oh man, it was just so bad. So I got away from it, but Lynn San Diego 102 said, why don't you use StreamYard, bring some guests on? See, it was Lynn's idea what we did Tuesday. TJ, I want you to send me your email because I want you on the next panel. Every Tuesday I got a panel on here. We had a good time, man. It was funny. But yeah, back to Mike when he Kinsella. He said he's been to Tacoma many times. I've been twice, and both times I went, it gave me this eerie feeling there, man. You know, because you know what happened there. And you can still see remnants of that hurricane, of that Typhoon Yolanda, and the devastation it wrought on that place. I mean, when I got off, let's see, I rode a van there from Ormond City to Tacoma to renew my visa. And where they let you off is right there in town. And then you get on the tricycle and you go to my Airbnb. Well, man, I was going to some places, man, where you can still see the buildings haven't been redone. Only thing that's left is just the face of the building. And man, it's sad, man. You can still see the watermarks on some of the buildings. China's older Vulcan says, is S3XY bar in Pattaya. Is that the name of the channel? Man, of all the days to go to the resort, it's raining. I mean, it's a steady rain. It won't stop. But that's okay. It's too late. We've already paid. Okay, TJ. He says, I'll send it via your Patreon page. Sounds like fun. Yeah, we had a good time. But we're going to put somebody on the hot seat every week where we ask them a lot of questions. And John said, you're going to be on the hot seat. We have to see, John. We put James Lyons on here. I guess he got mad at us. We put him on the hot seat. Boy, he got mad. We started out on Cal, but we ended up on James Lyons, man. It was comical. Hey, D. Gordon, what's going on? Good to see you, brother. He said, Will Rose is straight pimping. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get off here too, guys. We got to get ready to leave. Excuse me. Even though it's raining, we got to go. It's already been paid for. I'm going to go and relax anyway. I'll make a video over there. Either the pros and cons of dating young, because I've already got all my information for that. I was working on another one, 7 ways Philippines is different from the rest of the world. I've got a couple of them I've been working on. I just have to see what I'm feeling when I get over there. But good to see you, D, man. Been a while. Yeah, John said TJ, it'll be fun. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, John flipped the switch. He went from drinking coffee, being regular John, to the wild man John. But yeah, Brian Bond said leave James alone. Yeah, what's going on, Will? I mean, D, Gordon. It's been a while, man. I haven't seen you. I see you be hanging out, though. I think I saw you on P's channel. That's your favorite channel over there. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, man, thank y'all for the super sticker, super chats. I got to get out of here, man, because we got to ride that boat. And I don't like riding in the rain for real, because the water's choppy. It's always choppy. Cal Deadman says, where are you going? What resort? It's like we're going to Sapaway Island. It's like a Airbnb. It's called Monica's Place. You'll see it. I'm going to do a video from there today. It's a private residence with a swimming pool and everything like that. You know, you just stay in the house. You rent the house, cook your own food, and everything like that. But yeah, John, what we'll probably do is that our live stream may have to come on earlier, guys. I'm gonna put it for 8:30, John, and I'm gonna split the screen with me and you because I'm gonna still be over there. So the Sunshine Shoulders, Moonshine Shoulders, Happy Hour is gonna be on here tomorrow, but we're gonna have a split screen, guys. So okay. Is there Wi-Fi, Cal? I hope. But yeah, thanks for the super chats. How many thumbs up I got? I don't see it showing over here. But I'd like to get 200 before we get off of here. Hey, PL, what's a Irish coffee? What is that? I hope it don't have alcohol in it because, you know, I don't drink. I haven't had a drink in over 23 years, man. And that's something that I really am proud of, man. Let me get my theme song going. I don't know if I've ever, believe it or not, accomplished anything greater than that. And I've done some pretty amazing stuff in my lifetime, man. You know, I had a successful insurance career, you know, building this house over here. But when I stopped drinking and getting high 23 years ago, that's probably the best thing I've ever done, to be honest with you. It's my greatest accomplishment. I walked from Louisville to Lexington.
It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, thanks, D. Gordini. Said proud of you for that, bro. Yeah, that's probably my greatest accomplishment. It will be until the day I die. I can't top that. Yeah, Vale's basket case. It definitely saved my life. I was the town drunk. As a matter of fact, Leonard Lunn says, hey, Calvin from Houston, Texas. Keep up the good content. Thank you, brother. Peace, everybody. Thank you, you dirty puppy, again. He wanted me to review this place, and I will. I'm going to do a couple of videos from there. I hope they got good Wi-Fi. But I've got a couple of videos on deck for y'all. Take care, man. Appreciate all y'all support, man. Your kindness, generosity, support. I promise I'll never take that for granted, man. Be safe, Daryl Fullmore. Appreciate you, brother.